100. That's a lot.
It's too many.
I want
So many
to
hundred.
jump in on here and do quick introductions, but unfortunately the players actually started up their match already, which I wish they didn't. So we're gonna get right into it, unfortunately. But we got here Brad
Now
M,
they're being respectful.
Thomas.
Look at that. They're being respectful.
Oh, are they
But
actually?
they're just standing there now.
Oh,
Yeah, they're
shit.
just standing there, taunting.
Not play.
Nah,
This
just
is our
play.
into the gen. Yeah, let 'em rock.
Or not play. Oh, it might be resetting here. But yeah, we have Mufasa, as you already heard. We got Brad M. We got Thomas Winkley. We got Noguremi.
Hey.
Good old classic.
Yes.
I don't know what they're doing at this point.
I told them to play.
Maybe this is how Jay Caesar plays today in this day and age.
Yeah, this is Jay Caesar's Ryu. Yo, Ryu got buffed. Check what I do.
Yo, Ryu got
can't
buffed.
be
I'm gonna
real.
hit
They're
only
just
roundhouse
sweeping.
the whole way.
Oh man, I think they got it.
Yeah, we're resetting.
Yeah, they're not playing this out.
Gentleman's agreement. Somebody needs to lose.
Absolutely.
Can't wait for this to be real and DBG to be like, no, I'm taking game one. It's on me.
Could you imagine?
It'd be really funny.
Jin.
This is the best combo I've ever seen, right? Fierce. Yeah, but how is everybody doing tonight?
What the hell?
Just finish it.
Thank you.
Jeez.
Just block. You just gotta
Jeez.
wake up and block. All right, dude.
Set wins.
You know
Now
when
they're
you're
loading it
when you're
out.
supposed to take the L on, like you're supposed to take the dive, but then like you're reading the story and you're like, it'd be really much better. It's like a wrestling thing. It's like it's really much better if I put up more of a fight. This can go like to the final round. We can take this really far, and then I lose.
So now we could do
Like
proper introductions.
There we go.
I'm Mufasa the Third. Welcome everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in and supporting Incendium with our online tournaments that we've been doing since the start of COVID, man. Really, folks like all of you watching, all of these lovely people here that are with me virtually, Noguremi, Thomas, Brad, and all the other people that have supported Digital Havoc. Thank you all for your support, man. We've hit 100 freaking tournaments.
That's crazy.
I know.
Now you have to take into
Wild.
consideration this is just 100 Street Fighter tournaments,
Yes.
right? This is the 100. So like you have to take into account that these gens be running. They ran JoJo's. They were running
Right.
Plus R. They run Strive. They ran Melty. So like this is 100 Street Fighter tournaments. We're probably more in the network of 500 plus total tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 weeklies.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say because 100 feels like such a big milestone, but in the grand scheme of things, 104 is the 2-year mark, which is
It is.
Yeah.
if you're running them every week.
Yeah. Huh.
I didn't think about that until now, but that's a good point.
That's
Yeah, nobody
I'm like
does.
really disappointed with how profound that realization is. I don't want to be as impressed with that as I am. And in real time I'm like, what a loser being impressed by 104. But no, that's a really valid point. It just
Yeah.
goes to show
Well,
how
that's
long
time.
this online facing space has been kicking. And I know, there's other bigger sort of macro celebrations of that going on, but everybody's still kicking doing the online
All
stuff.
right.
And what a
getting
bracket
started
today to
here
round
now.
this one out. I know we were talking about some names that we haven't necessarily seen all the time around here. We have Jay Caesar and DB Gen rocking it here to open up the stream in a more formal fashion this time.
Right, and don't forget there's a $100 prize pool bonus added by the crew at Incendium because it's the 100th. Now DB Gen using that big spin to get the plus frames, nice roundhouse anti-air, has Cesar in the corner. Nice little juggle combo too.
Yeah, really doing a good job here of trying to cage Jay Caesar. Good breakout there with the V reversal and the spin kick. Saw the extra frames and getting the punish now a little bit too far. Just going back to this neutral, trying to throw some fireballs, but keep DB Jin guessing in terms of what's going to come next. You don't want to slide under a fireball. You don't want to spin kick through a fireball either. If you're Jay Caesar here trying to push out from this corner, still not getting too far. DB Jin just sitting in neutral a
Ooh,
lot.
oh my god.
Now we're playing Ryu, right? Just marches forward, does the DP, calling out the fact that DB Gen's going to want to press a button, try to get some pressure going. Gonna V reversal, but gets hit. You can't V reversal that, but not a lot of combo there. Have a toss.
Yeah, that was a real shame. I actually wonder whether that was something that we would have been able to get more of a confirm out of, and DB Gen definitely had the resources to cash out something bigger. We've got a lot of gray life here on DB Gen. The right point here for Jay Caesar could turn this into a pretty even shot. Wow, that crouching jab works out great. The axe kick connects, but we're stuck in the corner. The EX Oro fists closing out the first round here for DB Gen.
Yeah, that down.
Yeah, I really
crouching jab
appreciated
did, like, 100
the-
damage.
Yeah, that crouching jab did you a bunch of damage, but I did still appreciate that DB Gen stuck with the patient. Like, I'm just going to walk you back to this corner, and now gets to bring out a little more aggression, right? You lulled them, like DB Gen spent all this time to lull Jay Caesar into the pacing that the match is going to go, and now kind of gets to turn up the heat and mix it up a little bit.
Okay, there he gets a stand light kick into the X, but double dash is a little bit of an overextension. DB Gen checking him. Now has the corner. The axe kick connects, abusing that. 3 in a row. 4, 5.
Keep it going. He doesn't know how to
Nice
deal with
check.
it, but finally, yeah, getting out of the corner too, rocking this V trigger too, so you have to be careful of getting parried if you're DB Gen here.
Oh, are you dead? Because you're in trigger here. This could be guaranteed into CA at any point, and that's going to do it. DB Gen will be able to close out this round. Now, who wants to be the one to tell DB Gen that they did not pick Street Fighter 4's 8 on a character select? Because that axe kick pressure in the corner was looking
Right?
reminiscent of something that has not existed, very least in this title.
You know what's funny?
I mean, Seth had it for a hot minute. Chun had it with TK Legs for a minute.
Go ahead.
I actually just rewatched the EVO 2015 Street Fighter 4 Grand Finals with Gamer B versus Momochi, and so many Jaguar, so many Jaguar kicks, Jaguar 2s, like everything.
Is that the one where Gamer B's stick went out? Or was it Momochi's stick?
It wasn't Gamer B's stick, it was Momochi's
was
stick that went
Momochi's.
out that put it on final
Still
round.
on.
Right. Yeah. Because he was using a... That was when he was rocking like a razor, right? And his
Yeah,
razor
the
went out.
361.
Yeah. I remember that because Markman was subtweeting a little bit. It was kind of fun. Nice interrupt.
Yeah, they opted to do their stuff. They make sure that happens again. Nice.
Big bait
He's
into
gonna
the
kill.
V trigger
Oh, what a
activation, but he got the reset.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's definitely going to do enough.
Yeah, the reset's really smart there, because I was going to say with the right combo route, you definitely could have gotten a CA, but the reset there is really smart because it lets you keep the meter going into this next round.
Yeah.
Off to a great start off of the V-Skill store right off the rip. And once again, like you called out, Nagaremi, DB Gen really doing a great job at just slowly walking Jay Caesar into the corner and then picking the spot on the screen and just planting there.
Yep, I like that little low forward fireball, though. He's trying to find his way out as JC's are.
Oh,
Yo,
wow.
get sucked
Yo,
up
the
and
trade?
trade
combos!
That was nice.
Yo, but nice backdash. Got away from the down medium punch as the attempted delayed Oki. Gave Jay Caesar some pressure here, pushing back to mid-screen, but still has a lot of work to do to try to get DB Gen down. This critical art from DB Gen is going to be able to tie up the game real quick or even take a good lead here. You're going to activate. Now what's the mix?
Next.
Overhead again?
Bounce, bounce. Ooh.
Oh, look for the shimmy. Got it the second time, but didn't believe in it.
Oh,
no,
dropped the
one
combo!
edge.
You should not!
I
Cross
feel
up,
like there
that's
might have been
huge.
more
Jay
damage
Caesar
either
has a
way.
whole
Jay Caesar's out
screen
of the
here to
corner.
back up with.
He has to be careful with Fireball because DB Gang can do super and punish him.
Oh, punish here. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. That
Got
big
it all.
V Trigger 2 follow up after the fireball is minus 20 something, so you know DB Gen had plenty of time to go through and punish that. It's just kind of unfortunate that DB Gen missed their initial shimmy combo that they went with, got crouch medium but didn't get the sand medium for their target combo, but able to find the way to close it out. Good thing that they didn't crumble under that pressure, because a lot of people in those situations, they missed that one big combo that will seal the game for them, and then you can start seeing their mental game start degrading a little bit. So excellent composure there from DB Gen, and look forward to see more of him throughout the bracket. And of course, Jay Caesar's not out of it yet. If he can tighten up that game plan a little bit, play a little more solid and consistent, forcing that ground game. DB Gen was just so good at forcing situations and forcing that corner where Jay Caesar, you could tell, was getting uncomfortable. So
Well,
tightens it up a little bit,
like,
plays a
the
little
EX
more solid.
You saw that in the EX2, that V trigger too, right? Like the EX was fine. He could have just thrown the EX and blocked. He didn't need to throw the V trigger after, right? So like, definitely kind of a I'm gonna catch him, like I'm gonna catch him trying to take a turn type situation, really pushing, where he could have thrown it and kept playing neutral and maybe found a better opportunity. But either way, the bet was made.
Yeah, you could tell that there was some antsiness to it there. And I mean, look at even just in the way that Jay Caesar was playing the ground game, right? I feel like at no point did it seem like Jay Caesar felt confident in what tools they were going to throw out. We saw a lot of crouching medium kick and standing medium kick, but I feel like with Ryu, your standing medium kick, like that's the tool you use to slow someone down so that you can start to get into a range to use your more effective buttons, and we never really saw that at all, right? Like we never saw Jay Caesar get to a spot where they could start to use their standing strong or their crouching strong or anything like that. It was just trying to throw out these tools in hopes of slowing DB Gen's approach enough to be able to play the game, and it just never happened. It was a never-ending cycle of surrendering space and then slowly dying out.
Right, and one thing we don't want to have die out is the buzz going around on this match arena. So while I've got it popping up here in the chat, make sure to click that link, click the claim code button. It is literally the easiest thing you can do. They have made it so simple. If you don't have an account, use your Twitch account, use your Twitter account. I don't know, get your grandma's email, sign her up. Then you go to Digital Havoc link, click it, click claim code. It'll add 25 cents into the pot. And if you got some extra time, do the sponsor quests. Help support these players. Remember that Incendium has thrown $100 into the prize pool already, but there's more we can do here as a community. There's about 44 codes left. You know, it's a cool 15, 20 bucks. Ain't nothing wrong with putting that in the pool, helping the players out.
Yeah, it's really just super easy to go through and, you know, help this community out, especially one that, you know, has been supplying such great content and such great players for nearly 2 years. You know, give the players some money. We got a lot of great players in the tournament tonight. We already saw DB Jin, but Fluxwave Z is in here. You know, we have Del's on Fire, Metro M, Wash Your Hands, Lizardman, Spaceboy, Mylin, right? Like this list goes on. Black Shikamaru, Joe, Uma Rogan, you know, a lot of fantastic players that have become more well-worn names because of tournament series like these. Like I can't remember knowing about DB Jin until watching this tournament series, and we can just see how much he's improved from, I believe, playing, what was it, Nash? Like 2 years ago to now playing Seth.
Wow, maybe. I don't remember seeing DB Gen with a Nash, but you could be right. I thought DB Gen was like
he started off
maybe
with
Karen.
Karen, and then after Karen, he went to Guile for a little while.
Okay.
But yeah,
Weird.
so he's like permanently. Well, actually, he dabbles between Sagat and Seth. But yeah, like his Sagat's pretty good too, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And, like,
really
to
seeing the
piggyback
Seth
on-
bro. Oh my goodness, we
to
all talked.
piggyback on sometimes that happens, right? Everybody wants the turn. What I was gonna say is like piggybacking on your comment.
EXDP. And so what you do then is you break out the combo of Brad and you just EXDP and commentary.
I wasn't ready for that. This is a problem I have as a player too. I was like, Tom was at -2, and I was like, he's gonna respect the turn, right? Nope. Tom was like, what's your area code? 623? Ran away with it. No, what I was gonna say is, you know, a lot of these players that have done a lot of work to make a name for themselves on some of these online tournament series, like we're seeing some of that translate into some other stuff, right? Like we all watched CEO back in December. Joe Rogan had that crazy run into top 8 with some fantastic matches up until that point as well. And Joe Rogan, at least for me personally, was definitely a player that I grew to familiarity with over some of these online tournaments that we were having in COVID. And so a lot of these people really cut their teeth. And sure, online isn't one-to-one with offline, but you're still putting in that work and grinding, and you're getting that matchup experience, and you're developing all of these tools that are all going to translate in one form or another when you go to these other offline tournaments as they're starting to come back. So I'm really excited to see how different the competitive landscape looks now that we're starting to transition back to it, and see what the new names look like and how the people that cut their teeth online really compete once we're back offline versus some of the older heads.
So just a heads up, we're going to be having Spaceboy versus Del's on Fire on stream next. So yeah, that should be a fun match. I know Naga's happy about that.
Kara.
I root for Del's to lose every time. It's worth it.
You're damn right.
I think I'm slowly destroying my friendship with him, but it's worth it.
Hey, it's okay, man. It's okay, man.
Man, Monday we all jumped in chat for the online local to play some sets beforehand, and I was like, "Oh man, I'm so excited to talk to my boys." I didn't get to talk to my boys because Nog and Dells were basically just trash talking at each other for 20 minutes. And I was like, "No, that makes
The
sense.
entire time.
Good to be home. Good to be home.
Wow.
Good to be home."
As much as I give him for how he plays and everything, he throws it right back at me. But we're gonna get Luke out of Space Boy. Space Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baseball picking the top tier.
And it's wild because
Soccer no
Sakura
more.
did get some buffs going into this patch, but Luke is still the choice that it is hard to justify not using. Del's on the Ryu that we so commonly see from him. Gets the jump over the Sandblaster. Swings through the shimmy though. Spaceboy doesn't care about your walk back.
My goodness, the damage has him on his back. Delayed down medium punch to catch the throw tech, and you are done, sir. No, he lives.
Didn't spin the meter. All right, got the follow-up. No big comeback here from Dells, who is, by the way, rocking V-Trigger 1. It's a big deviation from a lot of what we're used to seeing over the... he just walked forward parry. I can't believe that, man. And then he got a good punish there on the upper punch, but getting clipped down in neutral into the confirmation from Space Boy. Got the V skill charged up, too, and it'd be a little bit rough getting hit with any combo now for Dells.
Wow. What a big bet on that sweep.
Right, we're back at that mid-range here, but I feel like this is a spot, wow, the EX Fireball working out great for Spaceboy, gets a little bit of space. No, you're actually not allowed to do anything. I have the V-Trigger. That makes me the best zoner in the game. Stop trying to throw fireballs. Walk-up sweep works out. Commits to the overhead. Nah, that's a frame kill for the back throw, buddy. Fully loaded in the DP here is Del's on fire.
Too far for the throw, though, but he can definitely get the chip out. Oh, no, he's just going to bust out. Yeah. So it was either Space Boy's going to keep pressing and he's going to get hit, or he's going to block because of how close he is and get guard broken. And what the hell? Del's just ruining my entire conversation. He just dashed 800 times. Nice parry in the middle of the string, calling out Space Boy for being a little bit too predictable. Again with the sweep, catching Space Boy just being a little bit too aggressive here.
Dells! Pop, pop. He's not going to kill. He's got to go through the situation. He's going to cross him up.
Oh my deep!
He dropped the combo. He's locked in the corner. Don't do this again. Yo, one more touch.
Yeah, next hit is stun. Sweep activate. Spaceboy's fully loaded here. Delzon is actually not allowed to do anything. I mean, you were allowed to do that one thing where plus on whiff for the overhead.
He couldn't get behind, but the super's gonna whiff.
Oh my gosh! That moved him so far forward that he was still meaty. Holy shit.
Luke wins.
The future of Street Fighter, ladies and gentlemen. That super is going to connect in Street Fighter 6. Let me tell you that.
Oh, it's going to be floor-to-ceiling hitbox in Street Fighter 6.
Absolutely.
Don't worry.
Absolutely.
Well, you're
He's
going to
just
need to because Ed is still going to have like 2-button specials in that game, so you need to be able to hit the very top of the screen.
Wow, what a whiff punish. What the hell is Delzon doing?
Dells is just starting to go a little bit
losing
too
right now.
crazy here.
Nah, because he knows Nog is on the
Double
street.
dash.
Right back at you. Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
that was
Space Boy,
hungry.
new Space Boy Classic, by the way. He's been doing that a lot more. But try to beat out the throw with the light Tatsu. No bait there from Space Boy, just staying patient on defense. But wake up back there, no shimmy for you. It's a big crush here. Won't be able to kill, but the mix-up.
Ooh.
Space Boy didn't even try to block. He got
are
counter hit
showing.
on that wake-up.
Yeah.
My man
I mean,
was
that whole
mashing.
round from Space Boy was very, a little bit, I'm going to say loose is how I'm going to choose to describe Space Boy's play in that last round.
Both these players kind of lose, but right now Space Boy the one tightening up first, trying to get this pressure here. But wake up low forward, confirm into the EX Tatsu. Dells with actual good reads and commitments here.
Rafflecopter in, gets the recovery, does Space Boy. Big jugs, lots of hits. Now you gotta watch out for the Sandblaster. You can't walk and block there, it's too quick. The Space Boy is officially on set point.
Oh
Round
my
start, light donkey kick. I'm not sure what Dells is going for here.
Who do you think you are, Cody?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But
Think
now
you can
one
just
touch
do
for the
MK
stun.
Ruffian? Oh.
All right, this won't kill, but it's going to be a possible reset situation. Just one more touch now, throw or button.
EXTP? No, it was throw.
And hate to break it to you, but that's the power of having me on the microphone. Just L's on fire, throwing round after round there.
Throwing L's. Literally
Wait,
throwing
so
L's.
are you telling me that if you weren't on the mic, if you had not attended today, Dells would have won that round? Is that the official
Dells would have won.
assessment?
Yes,
Absolutely.
15% chance.
Okay.
yeah.
without a doubt.
All right.
So
That is
one-
That
there's-
is,
literally
that
every
is a
time.
comes out of that
cosmic
match, though.
force.
I just wanted to say that's a good thing that Dell's lost, I guess, because he doesn't have to take that samurai costume to the dry cleaners because it already got washed.
Yo, Tom.
That
You
delivery
said
on
that
that
in
joke,
such
like,
a
why? What
nice. Said it in such a nice and polite voice.
I was going for small child says rude thing but doesn't realize it's rude.
You almost nailed it, except you're a grown man. So
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I think the problem is you had a little bit too much of Adam Sandler's Waterboy in it.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Compliment to
Is that a reference? How does it feel to know that like some of us are old enough that that's a reference that doesn't track with some people who play fighting games?
right?
Let's not
go watch some old movies.
Nope.
Some
I said
kids.
it. 100 games of digital Havoc. We're all old.
I got
You
2
see
years
me,
older over the
camera?
course of this.
I want you all to know.
Dude, just think
But
about
I
all the
have to
kids
do
that we're gonna have
daily
to deal
stretches
with
to
when
help
Street
my
Fighter
back.
6 comes out. Just think about that.
What was that?
I
Oh,
can't
I'm sorry.
Think about all the kids that we're gonna have to deal with when Street Fighter 6 comes out.
There's gonna be
Can't wait
there's
to
gonna be
get into back
23
in
years.
My Day stories.
Yeah.
There's gonna be 22 years, 23 years. I'm already doing back in my day stories, and it's weird. I'm not okay with it. I'm not 30 yet. I'm finding white hairs in my beard. It's a whole thing. I have like a daily ritual of remembering how old I am, and it's like not okay.
Back in my day, we used to go to locals in person. Good times.
I did that last night.
Back in
It was
my
really
day,
great.
back in my day, if you went to a local, it was at like a restaurant that just let you hang out
Dude,
in a
bro,
corner
right?
for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
That was
If
So I
9
think about
people
the Street
showed
Fighter
up, it was
4
a
days.
good night.
we used to play at this coffee shop called Cafe Neo, and they're actually the pandemic put them out of business, which is really sad because they had super delicious coffee. But yeah, we used to literally go there, and they would put us in the corner, and we had like 4 little tables that we play Street Fighter on. That's what we had.
I miss it.
Okay.
I miss it.
Yeah, we're on first local stories now. Nagaremi, first local, go.
First local, I showed up. It was an actual game shop, more than just like fighting games. It did like tabletop, I think. And I showed up, and there was like 8 people chilling in the back. I'm like, are you guys playing fighting games here? Because I was in high school. I was like, you guys.
Oh wow, high school. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. And they were like, yeah, what do you play? I'm like, Street Fighter. They're like, nobody showed up for Street Fighter. We got a bunch of Guilty Gear players. How much do you play Guilty Gear? And I'm like, well, guess I'll learn.
Guess I'm learning today.
So when I used to host locals, my first one, so before like, you know, Incendium and all that stuff, I had another group that I formed up called Basement Gaming. I used to host locals at my friend's basement, and we actually got kicked out of there, and we had to find a new location because one of the guys that came there, he was smoking weed in the basement, and my friend's mom got pissed off, and she like kicked everybody out of the place. So I was like,
Sure.
Mary J. Blige,
I gotta
man.
find a spot.
Yeah. my first local was a local guy. Shout outs to Asian Tom, the first guy that I met who was a TO. Used to run locals out of a place in Massachusetts in a little college town called Super Bowl. And it was a Vietnamese restaurant in a college town. And it was just one night a week, a couple of people. And I swear to God, it was the only business that was in this place on that night. But it was just us. And it was like, yeah, get some pho and then play some fighting games. And that was the first local I went to.
Man, I think mine would have been at... It was either at Andy's house in his basement, or is it the University of Utah? They used to like... somebody worked at the University of Utah, and so they could get us this room we could go hang out in, and we'd go play. It was one of those two, because they were jumping between Andy's basement, the University of Utah, and that coffee shop. It was kind of the rotation. I think it was the U of U was my first one. I'm pretty sure that was my first one. I love that someone talked about Microsoft Store tournaments, because a couple of years ago, we had a tournament in a Microsoft
me.
Store downtown.
That was me.
And It was so interesting because we ran the tournament on PlayStation. But they didn't care.
So we didn't
So,
get
like,
that.
we're in the Microsoft store.
What console gen was it? Is the most important question.
It was Street Fighter. It was a Street Fighter 5 tournament. So this would have been like 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, we had to run it on PC, but like Asus, they had laptops there, so like we were able to use them out there. We just like
Oh,
shared
sick.
Steam accounts, so that's how we worked around it.
Smart. Speaking
right,
of
but we-
game share Steam accounts, who do we got gonna share some good gameplay with us now?
We got the King of Toronto, not even hailing from the city. Flux Waves coming up to fight up against Joe Morogan, who's I believe was rocking Luke for a while, but now on the back on the Guma.
Yeah, and it actually
Yo, nice
it looks
little
like
conversion.
it's still trigger 1, but we see skill 2 represented here from Joe Umerogan. I know a lot of Akumas have been experimenting with skill 2 in the way that it empowers that red fireball, but it's not going to do a whole lot with Fluxwaves taking that first game pretty quickly. And that's without Fluxwaves going to that V-Skill 1 play that we've seen come out of them so much in a lot of these tournaments now. Am I out of the loop, or have people kind of solved that yet?
If they have so far, it doesn't look like too much of a solve is happening here. Gets the launch, back dashing. Oh, the air fireball. He recovers in time and gets the punish though. Calls out the jump.
Nothing-
So smart.
Nothing feels better as a poison player to be holding heavy whip and to be like, you're gonna jump, and then your opponent jumps and you hit them immediately. So Flux is definitely digging that read right now as he goes up 1 game and did an excellent job throughout the set, just checking every approach Joe could have taken, right? Every air fireball that hit up too high, or that Joe Morogan was too high when he threw it, immediately calling him out when he landed with the jab into the up kick, just really doing a lot of damage and just going right over the fireball with the swing, right? You're not even used to seeing Poisons use V-Skill 1 ever since she came out. Cartwheel has always been
That's
the
the
back
big
choice.
change that it feels like people are really struggling with. That forward fierce catching the V-shift back, and finally Joe Morogan able to kind of start playing here. That back throw stun mounting, the low forward check catches the walk back from Fluxwaves to get the V-Skill 2 install. With bar, I think, no, you can't kill here. Elects to not spend any bar, just finds the throw to close out the round anyway. Does Joe Morogan with the first round that we've really seen them be able to play at all.
Yeah. But I have to say that round was looking really solid, right? A lot of good choices, lots of good decisions. Caught the toes of Flux a couple of times. So he's definitely kind of figured a few things out. Tried to do something, but we see the counter hit. So it looks like he hasn't solved this mystery. Walk back, EX Demon Palm coming forward. Tumtaku dropping the hot sub to celebrate 100. What is good? Now we're coming forward. The down forward roundhouse. Fireball. We're both exchanging. He's trying to get the read, but he read it backwards. He went right to left, and now Umerogan has the corner.
Used to reading
big
manga in the
activation
90s,
here.
isn't ready for it to be converted in the same way. Finds the crossover over the whip stance right into the CA. I think you're still alive. Yes, you are. One more pixel will do it. Gets that V-Skill install. We're just going to close out with anything. The Fireball is going to do it, blowing up the startup of the V-Skill 1. Fluxwaves wanted to go over it, but was just a hair too late. That's going to be 1 game apiece.
Yeah, and so just an excellent adjustment out of Joe Umerogan, just not letting options die. We saw him consistently go for the jump, despite the fact that he got anti-aired a couple of times, right? Just keep going for it. You get the most out of it, especially against a character like Poison that kind of has to commit to big, slow buttons in the neutral on the ground. He can jump up into the air and try to get out, but now Flux is looking forward a bit more time ahead of time now, so it's going to be a little more difficult for Joe Morogan to take that route, but might be able to come in a little bit easier on the ground. But no, still finding the jump across up, didn't have enough plus frames to get the confirm, but baiting the throw is going to do some good damage for him here, and now corner control.
Yeah, gets the throw. You got to watch out. Nice. Tries to do the whip pull. Gets blown up by Umerogan. I think this is actually going to end it because of the life melt, and has to spend the bar to seal it, but totally worth it. Joe Umerogan going to set point.
Yeah, I think the big thing here is Joe Morogan needs to continue doing what he's already shifted away from, which is that fireball game that Nagarumi pointed out from game 1 that was so thoroughly shut down. We're instead seeing Joe Morogan either commit to the jump in or play the ground game more, and it's working out great. Look at that double dash. Joe Morogan hitting them with the Mario Kart. The Gray Life Bleed has to spend the V reversal to get back. Does Flux Waves.
I have to like that situation. There's got to be a way to deal with that. Okay, just walking away. Jumps over that medium punch, has so much range, but Ogmaro
Yo,
again
double
with the
dash
Mario
again.
Kart. He's coming. Oh, Lord,
Yeah,
he's
you can
coming.
just see
Down Pierce.
how persistent and confusing Joe Umarogan is being with a lot of these options, right? It's either the double dash, the jump fireball, the demon flip even to get in, just really causing a bunch of trouble and chasing down the jump back with the dash forward DP. Doesn't even matter that the animation didn't hit right. Joe Umarogan's going to be able to take it after what was a resounding loss in game 1. Excellent adjustments in game 2, and just the continuation of that throughout game 3 was just remarkable there from Joe Umarogan. Really, that strength and resilience was remarkable. Lost me 1,000 channel points. I bet on that match for Flux to win.
It do be like that.
You know,
You should have brought out the biased commentary. If you commentating opposite Delzon makes Delzon lose, it's like you got to go to Xavier's school for gifted commentators and figure out how to use that power for your own benefit.
So,
I guess that makes you part of the
think
brotherhood
that-
of commentators then, if you're using it for your own benefit and not the benefit of all of commentator kind.
so
But
the
with that
problem
dub,
is-
Joe Marogan moves on to top 8 opposite Mylin, who it looks like beat DB Gen on the side. And we've got Space Boy waiting in the other spot opposite Metro M and Wash Your Hands. Sorry, Tom, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I think you just tried to get me back for that DP, and I deserved it. But I gotta say, if Nogoremi is a superhero, I think
He is.
I think
I am.
He's like one of the auxiliary superheroes where he does have a power, but it's hyper specific. He can only mess with Delzon. Like even if he goes for the school for the gifted commentators, the scope of this specific superpower of Nog is just that he fucks Delzon over. That's his superpower. Now there might be other superpowers in there, what he will unlock through training, but the psychic match loss one specifically, I think is limited to Delz.
See, but like now it sounds like you're describing a JoJo stand where it's like I can control the outcome of a match, but only if Delzon Fire is playing. And it's like, all right, well, you could still be one of Dio's assassins. You just like also need to travel with Delzon and somehow scheme something.
Maybe something like that. What I want to point out is I only want the power to control Delzon's matches. I don't want to have control over anybody else's because I would lose out on so many lovely plays. We're going to get the same matchup again. Mylin this time is going to be the one trying to rock the poison, but I think rocking the V-Skill 2 and not the V-Skill 1.
And you know, we've seen a lot of Mylin's poison lately, at least in the online local and a lot of the online tournaments. I'm interested to see because I do feel he plays poison a little bit differently than Fluxwave does. Ooh, but right now he's stunned.
Yeah, not a lot of jumps out of Joe Marogan this round, but definitely still taking it to Mylin. Not able to quite take the round yet, but still working on this perfect after 20 seconds, just locking Mylin down in this corner as Mylin tries to find this V-Trigger activation.
Wow,
That was
we call that.
That was an actual punish,
that,
by the
for
way.
all intents and purposes,
Yeah,
was
that's what I was gonna
perfect.
say. I think so.
The only damage there was the Gray Life. That was a really dominant round from Joe Marogan. We're gonna have to see how Mylin answers that. It looks like off to a much stronger start here, representing that medium kick to try to slow Joe Marogan down. He has to back off and try to use that red fireball to cover the approach. Oh, what an
got a
anti-air.
grounded
What a
punish.
press. Yep, and got the combo. Now almost has stun. Joe tries to dash the medium kick into the cancel, and Mylin answers back, says, yeah, you got the almost perfect. Let me show you what I got. I got one too.
Yeah,
If you listen
Mylin
closely,
only
that's
losing
the sound of
damage
the pendulum swinging.
back and forth. Let's see which way it's going to go this time. Has it lost enough momentum so that I can say in Mylin's favor if Joe Marogan's going to take all of that momentum right back here? It looks like he is as he kind of sits Mylin down in this corner. Has that V-Skill 2 charged up, so Empowered Fireball. Too far to get the good activation to the stand fierce, and now you're just getting hit up so hard in this corner, and the toss after the sit down is going to be able to give game 1 Joe Marogan.
Akuma wins.
A series of very explosive rounds there. And, you know, I wonder... I was about to try to, like, evaluate, like, all right, what can Mylin do that was like what Fluxwaves did in Game 1? But, you know, Joe Marogan is obviously already warm to this matchup, right? Like, the mistakes that they could make in this matchup had been made against Fluxwaves. If anything, maybe this is just an unfortunate pull, right? Already playing from this much farther out range, this red fireball, you spent so much life, but your Akuma, that's all, like, that's a transactional matchup, man. The early jump short, but you still get stunned because you overcommitted alive on one touch.
Yeah, but now the transaction.
Absolutely,
you've
but
gotta
the
make
wake-up
right
back
call.
throw?
The back throw.
this
Low
is
knock, what's
where
gonna
Mylan
happen?
can get the party started. Has the Molotovs too, so one hit could be a good confirm here.
Uh-oh.
Nice check on the minus after the Molotov. Joe Marogan getting his own V-trigger activated, trying to bait Mylan into
God,
something,
he
but there we go.
took
Gets flipped.
He's
Not
dead.
going to be enough.
He's
Needs one
dead.
more. No, the burn.
It's enough.
Joe Rogan had hungry eyes. That was way too hungry. That third dash, that was too much.
Yep, nice dude.
Akuma Davis eyes. I'm sorry, I went with a different song. It's okay.
No.
He's got a Kuma Davis eyes.
Yo, I'd love to do
That's anti-air.
karaoke with you guys.
Yeah, we need to do FGC karaoke. That needs to happen.
Oh man.
Who's coming to combo breaker?
All right, there we go. Just,
Yo,
bro, you're reading my mind.
there.
You're reading my mind.
I'm there.
It's going to be a busy weekend.
Oh, hell
Yo,
yeah,
but
dude.
not as busy
Yeah.
at neutral game right now. Both of these players vying for this position, trying to see who's going to be able to get this hit, as they're both kind of tied up in lead. But the fireball going to be the first one to connect here for Joe Marogan. He finds the activation, grip and dip one time, try to chase him down.
Yo, the jump back slap. Don't get air to airs. Why you walking? You're done. My leg.
So Joe Rogan there, the second Joe Rogan spent the bar on the EX, I feel like that round began to get away from them. Because it was in this spot where it was a one-touch game, and like you were approaching Chip, but Mylan was wisely hanging onto the meter to specifically avoid it, rather than trying to force the issue with Trigger. And the second the EX came out, it was like, all right, you're getting antsy, and I feel like that communicated to Mylan. It was like, all right, you really want to make this happen because I'm at the corner, and you want to force the issue a little bit further. And Mylan threaded the needle and closed out the round beautifully. One game apiece now.
Round one.
I love both these players. That's another thing. Like, if I think about like a glow up over the years, right? Like, I have to consider Fluxwaves and Mylan in that conversation as well. I cannot wait to see what those two do when online. You know, at
Yeah.
different online and offline events as well.
The thing is, I think Mylan and Flux were just so strong before just all the online tournaments came up. They just get to be on stream more and get more well known, despite the fact that, you know, they don't necessarily always travel for everything.
Fair. Well, now
Right
there's the
now, Joe
activation.
Marogan.
You walk in, throw them out. Plus, again, take the throw. You got to make a decision. It's really tough.
DP.
I love it. He delayed that air fireball to catch the air to air.
That was good.
And it had been like palm
Yeah.
and dive kick so much out of that, so that was like really that was a really smart way to introduce an additional layer to the offense game. That brings it to set point here for Joe Rogan, disrespecting the plus frames on Mylan, spending that EX bar. We're stuck in the corner. Oh, good anti-air. That was critical. Didn't want to lose the corner position. The dash goes unchecked, but the low forward working out great for Joe Rogan.
Oh my goodness, and Joe right now is just kind of swinging, feeling entirely confident, and jumps over the medium. This is going to be just one more touch for the stun, and then the kill this, and the throw is going to be able to get the stun, almost get the kill, but the jump fierce. Good job from Joe Rogan, just turning the pressure up that round. In the round before, just changing subtly how he was throwing those air fireballs, especially in the corner where Mylan literally won an entire round in game because of how those fireballs were being hit before. And just changing those timings up from what Mylan was expecting was exactly what Joe needed to do, and that's exactly what he did moving forward into winners finals. So that's going to be super good. But we have the other side of winners that I think we're going to try to get: Space Boy versus Metro M.
Yeah, it looks like Metro M just won, so we're gonna figure that out.
Yeah,
Or
I gotta
wash your
refresh
hands.
the page. I didn't even see that yet.
Dang, that was.
I'm psychic. I didn't actually know. I just assumed.
Oh my god, we found another Nog power, another super Nog power.
Oh, we did.
I'm just
Looking
that
down
good.
at losers as well, so it's between Metro M and Wash Your Hands versus Space Boy, but down in losers, we still have Flux Waves versus Lizard Man, DB Gen is still in versus Adam, Dell's on Fire still in versus Black Shikamaru, Jay Caesar is waiting for the loser of Metro M and Wash Your Hands, which has not on my screen been formally reported yet. Nog, maybe you're psychic, maybe you're not. You were psychic, I do see Metro M, it was just updated. So Jay Caesar is going to play Wash Your Hands. This is looking to be quite a top 8.
Yeah, it looks scary.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's gonna. I
it's
can't
wild.
believe that.
Ooh, yo, update. Lizard Man just beat Fluxwaves 2-1.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Is that
I know it was V skill
Lizard?
2. It was V skill 2 as well.
Those V skill 2 changes. Lizardbot's own Lizardman. Gotta rep
That's the one.
that brand. That's my brand. That's me.
It's a
I
big
did that
brand.
too.
It's a big
Yeah, you
brand.
did work on it.
Oh, look at me.
You did do that.
I did most
It's
of
me,
it.
Nagaremi.
That's a big brag. But all things considered, both me and Lizardman worked incredibly hard on Lizardbot. If you haven't
It's
checked it
mad
out,
useful.
lizard-bot.com. It's a very basic website, but you can definitely go and look up what we're about, or at FU Lizardman on Twitter. We're probably going to switch over to
Just
some new
waiting.
fun Discord API changes, so those will be fun. Maybe have to
Alright.
reinstall the bot to every single Discord.
Sick.
All of them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I should mention too, by the way. So we just announced something earlier this week. We now have a clothing line brand with Incendium.
Yes.
Let's show that off here.
I need to buy some.
So
I
all you
love
gotta do-
all of these.
They're so nice. All these were done by the amazing Drew Face, by the way. He did everything here by himself. But yeah, really, really great designs. If you want to help support us, all you got to do is use !merch, and that will drop the link there for you. Keep in mind, the prices are in USD. So if you are in Canada, unfortunately, you're going to have to pay a bit. But for our American folks, these are actually coming directly through Gaming Generation. So be sure to help support us out.
Yeah.
And if you're buying a bundle, you actually get 10% off from there as well. But we're gonna get started with this match. You guys are right in here.
Oh, he's got the Sakura back.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah, rocking the purple and black tracksuit. Love it. Looking like
Now,
royalty. as he
why
gets-
make the Sakura pick into Claw rather than Luke? Is that a matchup choice, or is it just that Spaceboy wants to be more comfortable against a matchup like Claw, where your ground game is so much more important and confidence in that ground game might be the bigger deal? What do you guys think?
I mean, it could be something like that. It could be that he has a much better winning track record against Metroid using Sakura, getting a big shimmy there. So definitely, box speed can play a big part in this, and how you can, get plus frames up close with Sakura is just something that helps Spaceboy feel more confident up close next to Metroid and pressuring as he gets slid on and then gets meaty. Just not enough to kill.
Oh! But he doesn't even recover in time to punish.
Yo, the crosscut, he walked under.
Spaceboy could do it. He could do it.
Oh, there's another V trigger on the deck for Metroid, but he didn't use it. He tried to spin
That was so
instead.
smart.
He got clipped. He had the V. He could have just jumped and activated, but instead he decided to do the V skill turn. And now the big jump in round start for Spaceboy to carry to the corner, and this could be the end of the round here. Spaceboy can keep this pressure strong.
Great OS loading that
He's
DP
trying to
behind the
reverse.
meaty works out great.
Gotta spend the meter to be safe. Fireball thrown. Walking forward, though, swinging that claw. Nice low forward.
Sakura's low forward is really good, and I feel like the length that poke has while still being special cancelable gives her a really great tool set in this matchup, right? Claw really thrives when you can hit that standing strong, standing fierce with impunity and not worry about being counter hit or counter poke at that range. And the fact that Sakura's low forward can do an okay job at contesting is great. Speaking of an okay job at contesting, this is going to do an okay job at closing out this first game. Spaceboy with a great CA confirm to close out that first game here opposite Metro M, looking to try to earn their way into this winner's finals opposite Joe Umerogan as best they can.
And that unique charge timing on that fireball, right? Because he did leave that gap there and released it quick enough that by the time Metro M realized and went to check and take his turn, he's like, oh, he's charging in my face. Fireball connected, he got that juggle into the CA to close it out. I love that rhythm change from Spaceboy. Little cheeky, but every once in a while you got to throw that out there.
Ooh, kind of a rough trade for Sakura, but much better than eating a full jump-in combo. So you'll take those, unlike this one. That was going to push you all the way across the stage, too, and you have to deal with Metro straight in your face as both of you swing your big old fierce buttons trying to get the big poke. But Sakura's going to come out on top in the footsies game there as we get back and try to get this activation push to the corner plus frames. More plus frames. Guys, get the shimmy. Nothing happening.
Yeah, this is... could we go either way? Spaceboy's being a little more careful with the fireball game. Has the jump, but this time the charge in the face not going to work. A faster button from Metro. Now has the corner, and there's no V trigger for Spaceboy left.
slowly inching out of this corner. Metro M finally finds the crouching poke to try to slow this round down. And I feel like this round very nearly got away from Metro. And it once again speaks to the strength of, oh, are we about to see it again? Great.
He chased him down!
The V-shift, both of them have to V-shift back into the neutral. Metro M sitting fully loaded on resources, but you know, we ideally don't want to spend anything to close this out. Finds it with the overhead. And what I was going to say is, Metro M opened up that round with like a really strong life lead, and it almost got away with him. And I want to give Spaceboy credit for that ground game, but smoked on the fireball with that CA right at round start. Metro M off to another early lead in this next round here.
Yeah, now getting clipped out of meter, but nice walk under to get the punish on the other side on the landing frames and get back down here in this corner. The extra juggle frames gonna do some extra work there for Spaceboy as he tries to get more damage in this corner, trying to get punished on any of these B reversals.
Metro M getting the neutral jump throw for himself, and now he got the counters. Gonna EX roll through, barely recovers in time. The low, though, gonna get the hit. Nice little DP follow-up there. Take the throw, gotta figure out what to do. The down fear is trying to catch it. He catches the back dash with the stand light, and Spaceboy is relentless with this pressure.
And has also done a great job of sniping out these backdashes. The round prior, it was that low forward catching the backdash once again, and there it's the stand short check on it. Metro M's backdash timing has been really close, smoked out. That one working out great, actually manages to use the EX off the wall to switch the corner position here, but still has to walk forward at the life deficit. And Spaceboy does a great job of sitting on this lead, which is, I feel, the opposite of what Claw needs to have happen in these matchups. Great air-to-air on the neutral jump. A second one.
Yo,
a third?
Yeah. I mean, you were talking about Spaceboy staying so patient, but tried 3 times after getting antsy in this corner to jump out, and just look at all the pressure that Metro M is getting now because Spaceboy's kind of panicking a little bit. EXEB is going to be a connect and be able to maybe reset some of this mental game for Spaceboy.
What a chase down, double dash, medium pressure. He tries to toss no with punish though. Next jump,
big jump that should be able to close out the round, and yeah, that's going to tie it up a game apiece here. Metro M just with an excellent reaction to that fireball. Sakura is a little slow on the fireball side, so you can definitely see the charge up and jump on reaction. So good job from Metro M, really putting the mind to the metal there to make sure that he is reacting properly. You know, because there is the up fireball, and if you jump into that, that would have been death. So you have to make sure that you're trying to check. It's still kind of a read, but you can definitely react to the startup animation. But final round here, let's see. Excuse me, final game here. Let's see who's going to be able to take the edge and take a round here.
Go off the wall.
Called it out earlier,
trying
Tom.
to jump side. Good luck.
That varied fireball timing working out great here for Spaceboy. We're seeing it once again, the variability between like charging to get a little bit more out of it versus just letting it rip. It makes it a little bit harder, and that's that mental stack you need to optimize. Finds the anti-air on the rose, does Metro M. Spaceboy has to V-shift back to get back into neutral.
Yo, he tries to
crouch for your
anti-air. And the roundhouse connects, gets the big Azuna drop, the shift.
Oh, big whiff on the jump in as well, and Spaceboy's in a very difficult decision. Can block a few more things to maybe gain V-trigger again. Going to try to find possibly another activation here this round. Yeah, just do it raw. Just get something on the board here for yourself.
Ooh. I feel like that EX bend was kind of the spelling of doom, right? Because I feel like Spaceboy had a really good route, a pretty easy route to victory, and now he's got a, wow, what a time to walk forward. I'm a liar. I'm going to be quiet.
Alright, just staying patient here right now is Spaceboy. 20 seconds, there's plenty of time to get some chip.
This is a one-touch game for both of them.
DP, no, what happened? He just got hit.
Maybe just tried to delay an extra too long to make sure that Metro M would have stayed in front, instead getting clipped there. Now giving Metro M the edge. Has match point, but nice shimmy after the anti-air, giving Spaceboy a good start. The counter hit confirmed too. Now there's one more for the stun. The back throw.
Empty jump
there
back
we go.
For
Is it going to be enough?
Bars? No, you don't have anything here. Not enough to kill at the very least. It's one-touch game. Does a back throw kill? The crouching jab working out actually guarantees that nearly anything kills. Except for that fireball. I spoke too soon. Slide connects, goes for the corpse hop, does Metro M.
Counter hit confirmation, taking this corner now, but just clipped by the far-reaching sand like it, catching the falling frames. And that puts at both players on match point now. Final round. Who's going to be able to take it to move forward into winners finals to fight Joe? Right now, it looks like it's going to be Metro M getting a good start to this round, spending all the meter, but Space Boy with his own fully stacked meter now on both the V meter and the critical art.
Yeah, that neutral jump at the end of that
Anti-meaty
last round,
Tatsu.
right? That was literally an attempt to fade the EXDP from Sakura, right? You can see the fear there, and her EXDP moves are so far forward, but that doesn't matter. A back throw for Space Boy. Gonna activate.
Oh,
What's
could get
gonna
the punish
happen on the
too
view
early.
reversal?
Plus frames. So much respect.
More plus
here.
frames?
Look
Yo,
at all that
finally.
green light that's standing strong did so much. Half of all of that next hit for stun. The back throw is gonna do it. That's gonna close it out for Space Boy. Space Boy is gonna take the opportunity to move forward into winners finals opposite Joe Umerogan. Wow.
That set was awesome. That was a sick set between two incredible players.
Yeah, that really could have gone either way right until that final round, and Space Boy just was finding hit after hit, and we just saw how patient Metro was trying to be. Like he'll mess up, he'll overextend himself on this corner pressure, and then just never happened. Just kept waiting, and then finally push a button, counter hit into the full confirmation. It's literally like all 2 meters spent for Space Boy. It was just like so much damage dumped right there for Sakura and Space Boy, and so able to really force Metro M's hand there and force it in a very good and beneficial way. That's going to move Space Boy forward to fight up against Joe Umerogan in winners finals. Looking
You know what else is good and beneficial?
good and beneficial.
It's the Matcherino. It's good and beneficial for everybody. Matcherino gets to get everyone going over to that website, and y'all get to spend a little bit of your own effort to put some more money into these players' pockets in celebration of the 100th bracket here at the Street Fighter tournament being run by Digital Havoc. There is $100 already in that pool, but if that number isn't high enough for you, you can go to the Matcherino. The link is already in the chat, and you can hit claim code to add that free quarter. If you got a little bit more time, you can satisfy those sponsor quests to throw a little bit more love in here. All of that goes to the players. Let's celebrate the fact that we've been here for 100 of these, right? Like, what an achievement, what a milestone to hit. Not everyone gets to do that. I mean, being a TO is time-consuming work.
Speaking about TOs, if you want to help support your TOs, we'd greatly appreciate if you can check out our clothing brand that we have. We got t-shirts, hoodies, and beanies as well. We just actually launched this week to celebrate our 100th week of Digital Havoc. So if you are interested in supporting Incendium in any way, you can buy some of our merch through Gaming Generation. And if you actually buy a bundle between a t-shirt and a hoodie, you can save 10% off by using Digital Havoc 10. And if you add a beanie to that, you can get $15 off by doing that. So yeah.
I am so excited for my pink Cyber Demon hoodie and my black Cyber Demon t-shirt to show up. They shipped
I was
this
about to say-
morning. Yeah.
I can't wear pink. Look at, you see these cheeks? You see how rosy these cheeks are? If I wear red or pink, my face just explodes and I look like I'm blushing. I don't, okay, I know I don't need for you to be highlighting with your redder hair than I.
I want to point out I
think you
picked
look
up
good in pink.
picked up one of everything because I love to support Incendium. One of my favorite scenes to be a part of, and I'm glad that they always invite me on, and especially for the big events like Number 100. So I'm happy I could be here.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
same.
All of you guys. All of
I
you
didn't buy
guys.
one of everything, but I'm very excited to rock them and wear them. I think it's dope that you did, like, for real. Like, that's super sick. I was trying to get a joke in there and I failed. The moral of the story is you're going to see all of us walking around a combo breaker dressed to the nines representing Incendium. But first, we got to see
I can't
Boy
believe-
bring in the Luke.
I can't believe how fast
Good.
all of that merch has shipped, and I can't believe how fast we got those winners finals on deck too. These are going to be first to threes. So Space Boy coming in here with the Luke this time, not rocking the Sakura. Couldn't get the big punish on the medium concept. It was a little bit too far away, and Joe Umerogan's just going to capitalize. If you're not going to punish me, I'm going to take every opportunity that you give me. But excellent whiff punish. Space Boy starting it off strong, but back and forth. Neither one of these players seems to stay on top for long.
These auto spacing traps that Luke generates just by way of the fact that so many of his normals push him forward. I feel like over time it's going to get a little bit easier, but it's still something that's pretty unique to him in this game where, like, when you want to respect his tools, you need to respect the space that he will take and not the space that he is in. Finding this meaty pressure in the corner here is Spaceboy, but the EXTP from Joe Umerogan is going to be able to close out this round.
I want to point out, you said you have to look at the space that he's going to be, not the space that he's in. And Joe Rogan DP'd, and Spaceboy was like a full training mode block away, just expecting there to be, you know, stand medium punch or a stand jab to close that distance. And that's exactly what happened. Joe Rogan was able to take the round because of that.
You can see it looks like Spaceboy's trying to slow the round down a little bit here, playing a little bit more slow and methodical. Oh, Joe just letting that DP rock, representing that 6-2-3 V-skill 2-store, but that's a little bit greedy on block, has to eat the damage for it. Sweep activation, the back throw is critical here. Gonna seal this all-important corner position. How is Spaceboy gonna respond? Looks like respectfully.
Yeah, but you get too respectful. That's when you start thinking there's going to be a walk-up throw, and now just one more touch for Joe. He's going to spend the last of this. DP? No, it's not going to reach in time. Possibly a critical art, too. Both could have maybe punished Joe Rogan there on the jump-back fireballs, but instead, just that fireball clipping a little bit too high on Luke's spot, and he's going to give game one to Joe Rogan.
Do we think we're going to have Akuma in Street Fighter 6? What do we think?
Absolutely.
You think so?
He's been in every single Street Fighter game with the exception of like vanilla Street Fighter 2 and like obviously Street Fighter 1.
I wonder what his narrative purpose will be, right? But like, who cares about narrative? It's just about the characters. Finding the jump in actually stays same side. I was low-key ready for that to cross up, but Nay, sir, has this corner position here. Joe Rogan doing a great job of keeping it locked down here. That gray life starting to add up.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of it. Over like 100 damage now just locked there, but a big whiff. They're going to get whiff punished there with the low forward into DP from Spaceboy, but finally the low medium kick taking off all of that, shaving it off with another throw as well. The fireball connection now just can't take anything the throw is going to be able to do it as Joe Rogan kind of staggered his way in there, making think Spaceboy was going to get hit with a button, because we've seen Joe walk in and walk out and punish the throw attempt, the tech attempt, and this time it's the opposite. Joe going for the throw, and Spaceboy feel just like a little bit caught off guard here, not ready for a lot of things except for that big old jump in. It's going to be able to try to get some plus frames going for himself now. Didn't last for long as we're back here in this neutral V-trigger activation. Big DP there as well. Going to try to tie up this round. It's looking good for it too. Spaceboy just needs a couple more hits, more plus frames to stay in the face. Joe Rogan working on that V-trigger though, but got clipped in the toes. But we've seen it so many times. Wake up EXTP, going to get the side swap corner pressure. What's it going to be? Toss one time, toss two times.
Yo, he's through. Oh, you're done.
So smart from Spaceboy. There's a gap there, and I'm going to use it, taking the round for themselves. And Joe Rogan had been in a really great spot for that. But, I mean, only taking that round by the skin of his teeth, and I can't help but feel like Joe is doing a really good job of keeping these games. If they swing out of his favor, it's only just. We're not seeing the dominant performance that I feel like people talk of Luke so much here. Starting perhaps to see it now, but that low forward check from Joe doing such a great job of still contesting that space. Look at it once again. Look at that crouch fierce. Contesting the space that Spaceboy was going to be, not where he was. Closing out the second game now.
Yeah, Joe looking like he's not worried about the fact that Luke is top tier, right? Marching forward, making the right decisions, pushing things to the edge. And now he's up 2-0, so Spaceboy's got to win 3 straight. Totally doable for him, but against someone like Joe Rogan, it's a little bit of a tall order.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe looking absolutely dominant, like he's prepared time and time again for this Luke match. You know, in this closing season, I feel like you have to be with, you know, how powerful he is and how powerful that, how powerful Capcom has shown that he will stay.
Yeah, this is the Elena, right? This is the Elena pick, and there's parts you that got to have it. Nice, use that move forward button, goes, gets the throw bait. Gonna dash in, take the medium punch. Umerogan back to the wall. This is tough, but he gets a jump, and he's on his way. What's Spaceboy gonna do?
earlier.
Right, sweep activation
Brad.
from Joe Omerogan, just baiting these V reversals, trying to walk them down. This is absolutely doable, but it's like a two-touch game. The neutral jump from Joe Omerogan wanted to neutral jump Fireball and just play a little bit more passively, but Spaceboy with the jump forward wanted to aggressively take that space, earning the round for themselves.
Yeah, and so it seems like a lot of the slow and methodical play in the neutral works out well for Spaceboy until he misses his confirm. But once Joe gets to a certain life, it really seems like Joe's not going to let anything stop him if he can get that V-trigger activated. But the more life that you lose before that V-trigger is activated, the worse it is for you. So Spaceboy has to make sure that he's cleaning this up here.
Yo, he tries to get the
Oh,
team.
wow,
Oh,
actually
whiffs. The damage.
Right, one-touch game sets up the red Fireball. Joe doesn't need to overextend here. The trigger is now gone from Spaceboy. That's clipped by the low, though. That's not what you want to see. Now you're in a bad spot. Back throw gives Spaceboy the slightest of life leads, and the situation after the fact catches Joe doing something. It doesn't look like the hit was a counter hit, so Joe just kind of wasn't blocking for a second, it looks like.
My man can't block.
He tried to take a step forward or something? I don't know.
Back is broken on this thing, but I mean, of all situations that we usually see where Joe Marugan's going to try to bust out, it's when he has V-trigger and one EX bar and a prayer to win a round. That time ended that round that gave Spaceboy a game. No meter on the side for Joe. Marugan just had nothing to save himself from dealing with Spaceboy's pressure. And again, early this round, nothing to deal with all of this pressure either.
How often do you see Akuma's stand medium kick get whiff punished? Uh-oh, launch off the wall, smack, and dead. Spaceboy looking clinical right now. My man woke up.
Did so much damage.
Off the wall, Vans gets the shoulder tap, walks back low. EX doesn't connect. No, he has the conversion, but the air reset gonna blow it up, and now Rogan fighting back, getting in the toss.
Oh no, smoked after trying to press the issue after standing medium kick, though, right back into this corner. All of that hard work gone, and this is potentially a one-touch spot for Spaceboy. Has bar, has the EX, but that little bit of gray life that added on the gray life and the chip from the V-trigger activations and the fireballs actually made the difference for that back throw to kill there. A critically important additional game on the board here for Spaceboy, and we're going to a game 5.
Has anybody also noticed how Spaceboy has
without the gray life? Go ahead, sorry.
maybe without the gray life, but definitely needed the extra tip damage. But I want to point out
for sure.
how Spaceboy was delaying all of his media options against Joe Umarogan once in that fourth game, which was constantly, you would dash forward, you see him block for like a tiny little second to see if Joe's gonna bust out, and then start his pressure again, right? Like just waiting to see what Joe's gonna do. And Joe didn't take advantage of the fact that Spaceboy was waiting. So that could be something that he's looking to reflect on himself here. Could be something where he's looking to change characters and maybe pick a Luke of his own, or maybe another character out of his pocket. So, and take all of that, all of this advantage and memory that he has of playing 4 games against Spaceboy's Luke, and using that knowledge to move forward and fight up against this possible next matchup. Let's see what it's going to be.
All right, he's sticking with the Akuma,
we
but
see
he
the
is going with
V-skill
the
switch.
V-skill 1.
Wow.
Yep.
But I do like
I
the
will
analysis
say,
from you,
I mean-
Remy, right? Because I'm interested in seeing, as we see that with Spaceboy and Joe and Marogan, are we going to see more wake-up buttons from Joe and Marogan as a response to those delays from Spaceboy?
We'll have to see. He needs to get a bar when he's knocked down, first of all, but he's, of course, going to try to prevent getting knocked down in the first place as he tries to get the stun here against Spaceboy, but got clipped in the toes, into the corner now just locked down. No real way to activate V-trigger here under this pressure.
What did you try to
Even
do?
Luke's animations make it look like he is just bulldozing forward, disrespecting everything about you, and just mashing on top of you. Like, yeah, there's play happening here, but even his animations just feel disrespectful. You just feel bad about him lunging into your space, and Spaceboy about to take that reverse 3-0 here.
And this is my hot take. I think that's one of the reasons why people are so vehemently against him sometimes, because the character is animated so well, he makes you want to hate him. Yo, DP again.
Perpend
I have
one
I have a
time.
hot
Gonna try
take
to
for
be
after
patient
if
here.
we're talking about Luke hot takes.
I like the EX
Space
run
Boy-
under the fireballs to get get a little bit of space there for Space Boy out of the corner. He's going to be able to close it out there too, using all of that space to his advantage with that V trigger one, closing it out, going up to Grand Finals winner side is Space Boy. We'll have to find out how Joe Umarogan does in losers finals as we continue on through this tournament.
So
I feel like that last round there was overwhelmingly like, how many anti-air DPs did Space Boy get on Joe Umarogan in that round? So much of that round was just uppercuts, and you can see like after 3 straight games, I'll say 2.5 because it was the second round, like he hadn't lost yet, but after 2.5 straight games of taking L's, you could see that Joe Umarogan was like a little bit frustrated and really just trying to be like, I need to get something started. Like, just let me get over you. Let me get the cross up. Let me get out of the corner, and we can start to play the game again. And Space Boy's like, nope. Crosscut, autocorrect DP, autocorrect DP. Nope, I'm catching you here. You tried to hit a button. Nope, here's another DP. I don't care. This is mine. Don't you know that I'm the future of Street Fighter?
Yeah,
So we're gonna have
totally.
Lizardman versus Metro M on stream.
Okay. It's gonna be a day. What a set we're about to have.
Yeah, this feels like somebody who tries to practice ultimate control going up against somebody with ultimate craziness. So it's really going to be like a unstoppable force versus an immovable object, and we're just along for the ride to see who's going to break first. Of course, we are going back down, so these are going to be first to twos again. Just make sure that you're referencing no more first to threes until we get back to Joe and Barogan. Just don't want anybody to get caught off guard.
What are the big things I remember from Rashid's nerfs into season 5, right? Is that the EXDP is more baitable, right? It's got slower startups, so you can get like a jab bait.
EXDP is
yeah,
what
it's like-
Urian's EX headbutt was.
Or Falk's
that's what I thought,
EXDP
yeah.
is.
Sure,
Or
yeah.
Ed's.
Which I actually kind of like that in an EXDP, right? Because it's still an effective move if you catch him off guard, but also you can't just kind of throw it out free form. And there's setups that can. I don't know. I think it's interesting, but also I think like if that's what's going to happen to Rashid, I'm pretty stoked. But like otherwise, still a solid
It feels
character.
like-
So
Yeah. It's a much more specific niche of a reversal, right? Like, it still functions as a reversal, but I feel like one of the places, at the very least in 5, where people look to a reversal is on Wake Up. And it's a spot where a lot of the cast, like you said, can bait it. When your reversal functions that way, you can still truly meaty someone and in the same move also bait the reversal. So it makes for a very fundamentally different approach on your meaty game, right? Like the way that you used to approach Urian is like, all right, they have bar. If I'm respecting the meaty, then, you know, if I get proper Oki at +2, +3, I'm only committing to a light strength button so I can punish the reversal.
correct.
And I'm surrendering like a big counter hit confirm in favor of it. And it's like, it's a different way to approach it. And like you said, it still functions as a reversal. You can still catch people out. In fact, I think Urian's EX Headbutt did a better job of catching people out like in block strings and in neutral than it did as a reversal. And I think Rashid is a character where like that type of a reversal I feel like fits thematically.
Yeah, I agree, and I think I'm just glad to see that because I mean, otherwise, like Rashid's always been terrifying, and he still has a lot of what makes him terrifying. He just has to back it off just a little baby bit, which I like that. I like that little bit of meta shift. I enjoy that because reversals still have power. They're still strong. Sure, they're not as powerful as they have been in other games, but like they're still good. They're just you have to. I like the idea of thinking in layers when you have to utilize things, right? So, like you said, Brad. Okay, I've got to use a perfect meaty on the situation in case they EXDP. Oh, okay, they EXDP'd. I blocked it. I punished them. And I like that meta shift versus, I'm going to try to walk back, and now I've got to decide if my opponent is actually going to DP, and if not, then I've actually given my turn up. It just feels different in that. I like that. I like that.
Or like you delay tech in hopes that like you'll block the DP, but all that means is that when they woke up and teched that like you've reset to new. It's this whole thing where it's like the way that you play defensively is like there's no way to play defensively around the tool without surrendering every option you have in the same RPS, and it feels bad. And it could be worse. I mean, you talked about they've been stronger in other games. There's an awful lot of people whose first exposure to fighting games at this level was Street Fighter 4, and they're used to being able to get out of jail as long as you have 2 bars.
Not even just
Yeah.
involve backdash.
Yeah,
That too.
Well, those could be option selected for most of the cast.
Yeah, that
it's
is true.
really just if you were like Rose or Chun-Li, maybe.
Illegal.
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, those were-
There's no option selects here
not fun
today.
characters.
It is going to be Claw versus Rashid, a matchup that probably is illegal in some places. Lizardman versus Metro M. Remember, this is first to 2. We're on the loser side. Pick your favorites. Get loud in the chat. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of slow here with Lizardman trying to close the gap and push to the corner as soon as possible. Metro M just trying to hold the line and keep this defense going and escape the corner.
Ooh.
And it's going pretty well here. Going to get over the tornado, but not for long, but missed the big juggle that he was looking for. Lizardman still has to work here on this ground to push Metro back to another corner.
Yeah, it's interesting too because he's not being very patient, and as he's trying to hold the line, I just think that Metro or Lizardman needs to realize that love isn't always on time, and he might have a little more success. But now he's in the corner, gonna roll out, down Durst, just throws out the mixer, gets the connect. Nice jump out from Metro.
I'm just
Aaron, of
rolling
course,
my
one of the
eyes at
things
you,
that-
Tom.
I felt it.
Yeah, but right now Lizardman just can't seem to find a consistent way in here against Metro. Tries to go in on this ground and just gets met with the sand medium punches, but clipping it out this time, and now he has this corner. Can definitely make something happen here, but he has to be careful on these fireball cancels. There's an EX bar for Metro M, and that can go right through a projectile cancel. But jump instead, no juggle off the end of it.
Oh, damn!
What was the eagle spike for? Like, really tried to make sure that it hit meaty there.
My gosh.
That was a
Nipples.
weird call, and all I was fixating on is I was like, if at a single point you give Metro M chance, Rose was gonna get them out of the corner, and Metro M was gonna have the whole screen to back up. So like that's half the reason Lizardman was keeping the intensity on the way they were. The block punish on the Eagle Spike also gonna get the side swap here. Gets caught meaty. V-Trigger comes out, but we just nullify
What a
all of that.
slide.
Metro M's movement looking
sick.
immaculate right now.
He just slid away from the
Ooh.
hurricane, got his toes.
Man, I can't believe the day one of light spinning mixer into EX spinning mixer still works.
I know, right?
They didn't
I thought he was
nerf
supposed to do
it.
it again.
The more things change, the more they stay the same.
All these squares make a circle.
Yo,
Catching
I
out the
like
neutral
it.
jump again.
Ooh!
That's the second or third
my
time,
goodness.
yeah. Now he's gonna get the combo. You gotta hold the pressure. Goes for the schmicks, jumps out the air, chases down the V-shift with a dash and a crouching light. Lizardman saying, EX mixer nerf or not, I am here to play.
Lizardman structured so much of that corner offense around dealing with V reversal or V shift. It was really effective. I wonder whether that eagle spike in the corner that got blown up was a similar call out to try to like call out those choices, and it just didn't quite work. Has this advantageous corner position once again, and we've got Trigger on deck already for Lizardman, so we back off and try to get it, and it does work as an anti-air to catch the off-the-wall jump from Metro M. This is a great spot for Lizardman to be in as we slowly push Metro M over to this other corner. Oh, too hungry.
All right, Claw got knocked off, so
Okay.
all of these numbers are going to be a little bit shorter here. The spin on the V trigger stacking up a little bit. Any confirm now for Metro M will be able to kill. I think Lizardman still needs 2 hits here.
He's out with the EX off the wall. Gonna do V-shift away, trying to bait some potentially. Gets the slide.
Oh, so
great
good on that
anti-air
anti-air.
right there
Hits
from
both ways.
Lizardman.
And it just felt so close there. Metro maybe just expecting the cross up, instead the instant EX dive kick right in the face. You just start blocking the other way, just assuming that, you know, Lizardman's going to jump over you. But you gotta make sure that you're watching your eyes there. You gotta make sure that you're waiting for the proper moment as Lizardman's able to take game number 1 here.
Round 1.
Looking solid though, but I mean, Metro M is not the type of player to give up easily, right? He's definitely gonna have some adaptations. I like that he knows that Lizardman's been trying to bait anti-airs using those dives, so he waits, little backdash with the check. And Metro M's really good at fighting their way out of the corner as well.
I mean, oh my goodness, I can't believe Metro pressed instead of trying to do the throw there, but the V reversal, you pushed a button that moved yourself a little too far forward. There's a minute, got put into the corner, but going to get immediately right out of there, but Metro's trying to put him right back in there with the EX side swap.
V-Trigger comes out for Lizardman, gonna, at the very least, pushes all the way back. Jesus, all the way to the other side. We went coast to coast with that one. There's a reason Rashid's stage is on an airplane. Man's got the miles, got the private jet. That standing short anti-air working out great here for Metro M with the one bar. We're not quite... No, we are going to be able to kill with the last hit of the combo to close out this round now on the side of Metro M.
Okay, big jump on roundhouse, gonna check after that. Okay, just goes a little bit of the spike, chases down to the corner. Again, using that heavy mixer, getting the double sides, and then recovery getting caught. But a nice confirm off the down fierce. Here's the corner again. I feel like we spent this match in one of the two corners.
Really like the jump out there. Metro now kind of getting to play the game a little bit. One of the first times we've seen him really push buttons in this round, but immediately the claw taken right off, says no normals for you. As Lizardman just tries
neutral
to
jump.
crashing here in this corner. He tried for the most optimal swing that we've seen, but man, they swinging right now. Tried for the meaty, but this time the EX reverse is going to be enough to take it there. Now Lizardman.
Street Fighter.
Wow. When did we boot up Marvel 3?
This is definitely Marvel or some Guilty Gear. Like, who knows
Fighter's
what
right.
these characters are doing on the stream.
That explains Poison's V-Skill 1 now out here looking like Eno. Every time Poison V-Skill 1 is on screen, I'm like, when did they put Eno in this game? Using the EX off the wall to try to get out of the corner, but once again, like you called out earlier, Nagaremi, that anti-air choice from Lizardman doing a great job because it covers both sides, so it sort of takes away that guess from the mix.
Absolutely, now trying to slow the pace of the match down. Woo! Counter conversion, it's enough. Yeah. And that's going to be Lizardman able to take it 2-0. He's been playing on fire tonight as far as he's been in losers, but he did lose in winners to Spaceboy earlier, who, I mean, Spaceboy's also been on a tier tonight, so.
Yeah.
You know, there's.
Oh, go ahead. What's up?
Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Lizardman's been on a tear. Spaceboy's been on a tear, but Mylan also tearing through the losers bracket. Went through. Wash Your Hands is now ready for loser semis finals up against Lizardman. We can immediately get right back on stream.
Wash Your Hands lost to Mylan 2-0.
I said it backwards. I looked at it, I read it, and I said it backwards.
We're having fun in the top row. How are you guys doing in the bottom row?
Yeah, how's the
I
how's
didn't
the
get
series
to
down there doing?
the wave doesn't come down here, right?
Wait, let's try it. No, I got an idea. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go down. Okay, Brad, you got to go down with your left. Yeah, and then
which left? Who's left?
Hold on. So I gotta do this.
We've got
I'm
it.
so big. I feel the screen. Okay. All right, so Brad, you're gonna start it. It's gonna go to me, then I'll go to Nog, and then Nog, you're gonna go to Mufasa. Go.
Right. I'm not good at this, but let's go.
Okay.
Arm this way over that way.
Yeah, you gotta do it backwards. That's the weird part. Try it again.
There we go.
We got it.
Hey, it works.
It only took 100 digital havocs, but we have a wave on 4-person commentary. It happened. That like online tournaments have peaked. That's it. This is now a proper sports that we've transcended esports. This is now real sports. I'm from Boston. Right? I can hear Sweet Caroline playing right now.
Oh my god, that's
it's like I'm at Fenway Park.
I mean, it's exactly like that. As we're waiting for Mylan and Lizardman to start their match here. Loser semi-finals is what's coming up next, and that's going to be super fun. But what else is super fun is being able to use all of those Matcherino cones using exclamation point Matcherino in the chat will take you right there where you can go to the link, use the coupon code, or do any of the fun little use a coupon code. Man, I'm old. Click the claim
Machino.
code button to
Coupon codes.
add 25 cents. Man, I'm used to the old school style. But you can also hit up any of the sponsor quests or donate out of your own pocket if you are willing. I know that Digital Havoc donated out of their own pocket for the 100th to give that extra $100. So big shout outs. We still have 36 codes. Let me refresh, make sure that it is 36 in fact. Yeah, 36 codes. We got plenty of codes left. That's a bunch of dollar dues that we can add to the pot for all the lovely players tonight. And of course, we have some lovely merch there as well. Pick yourself up a tee and a hoodie, and you can use the code Digital Havoc to get $10 off. If you throw a beanie in there, you can use the Digital Havoc 15 code to get $15 off. Of course, you can also pick up all of them like I did and get a whole mismatch of colors and everything and be super happy and super supportive of a super awesome crew and tournament. Mufasa, Uncle Vince, Drew Face, all doing excellent on this, and I'm sure that you guys have more people under your wing possibly that I don't even get to interact with.
It's literally just us.
just your three. All right,
It's literally just those three. Yeah. Yeah. But I do want to say as well, I'm jealous, Nogoremi, that you were able to buy them all, because like one of the things when I was buying mine, I was like, I'm only gonna buy one hoodie because I'm not really gonna get to rock this hoodie until like fall time here. But you live in a city where it's potentially hoodie weather all the time.
It's always hoodie weather. It's always between 13 and 20 degrees Celsius. Or for people that use American units, it's like 50 to 75 degrees most of the time.
Yeah, and it's gonna be right around. Where
And
I'm
that's
from,
hoodie weather
these parts.
for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get sweaty.
I want to
but
point
not
out
as sweaty as when it's
hoodie
110.
hoodie weather for me is in the 60s or below, and I'll wear that all the way down to like 10 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll wear it all the way down
Okay,
there. Like
same.
it,
Because as someone from New England, I equivalently could have hoodie weather at any time in the year. But that's because on any given day, it could just drop down to be cold enough to snow, and I wouldn't question it.
Yeah, see, and like
not at this point.
the only place that I won't wear a hoodie during the winter is actually Chicago, because that wind coming across those lakes cuts through cloth like razor blades. Otherwise, like, but in Utah, it's like starting next month, it's gonna be like 75 and above for 5 months. So like, hoodie weather kind of sucks. Not great. Can't do hoodies when it's 105 outside.
I mean, you
I
can.
used to do that all the time. When I was an emo kid in high school, I used to do that because you always had to keep
That's
all
'cause
your
nobody
layers
understood
on.
you.
That was like,
Yeah.
that's where you derived your power. The more layers you wore, the more they didn't understand you, and the more you wanted to break them down so badly.
Yep.
Precisely.
So
Power through confusion.
We're currently just waiting for Lizard Man and Mylan because they're just playing some matches in Bruce Lee. Right now.
Cool.
Okay, so actually,
Yeah,
Lizard Man just finished. Just waiting on Mylan.
Cool.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, always gotta. We're talking about the age of online and people being able to enter multiple tournaments at the same time, and it's always great if you let your TOs know ahead of time that you're going to be playing in multiple tournaments so that they can try to play in accordingly. And always the cross communication between the teams can happen to help facilitate handoffs of players that are playing in multiple tournaments. So
I'm gonna make this very clear.
if you're
I'm gonna
not
say this on stream, OG is like one of the best TOs to coordinate with when it comes to online tournaments. This dude, he will actually go out of his way to like let you know, hey, if I have these players in line for like top 8 or whatever, like he'll let us know in advance before making us try to like get him to play and vice versa. So like he's really good with that. I wish more TOs did what he did.
yeah,
He's a
I mean
great
that really builds the strong trust between both sides. So that's always a super good way because you're willing to be like, okay, so I'm not going to just be the a-hole that just runs a whole bunch of my matches, right? He's doing the first step of reaching out, and that really makes it so much easier on both of your sides to coordinate and make everything happen and not feel like you're distant to each other. Like we're online TOs are all in this together, right? Yep. We're all just trying to have people have fun.
Exactly.
It also takes pressure off the players, right? Because then the players aren't having to think like. The players aren't having to worry about like, okay, I've got to play this match, but also I'm putting this TO out. Should the players care about that? And then, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have to sweat that and jump
Yeah.
between. Like, they know that it's just a better experience across the board if we all talk to each other.
Exact communication.
Communicate.
And
They
something that
say
if the players-
they say that that's the key to every relationship.
I've
is
heard that.
communication.
I've heard that, but I've never been able to open a door with it. I just like yell at my door, it won't open. I don't understand.
You have a very tough.
Well,
you have a very.
I think you and
tough
your door have
relationship
a
with
very
your door.
dysfunctional relationship. I think you just don't understand how each other works. Like they're waiting for some sort of physical input, and you're just like they're clearly very physical communicators. We're gonna communicate very physically here. Mylan on the Laura looking into the Lizard Man matchup here. No more of that poison. We want to go on the tried and true here. It's so interesting to me how many Laura players have the poison as the backup pick. It's such a like a made in heaven character pairing of like who covers each other's problematic matchups that you don't often see in a game where it's so obvious how
he
it
was
works out.
pretty
What a great
spicy.
stand jab check.
Yeah, Lizardman wanted that highlight clip, but Mylan was not having it. But the low going to convert. Lizardman coming forward. No reversal for Laura. Oh, he crossed him up, but Mylan has the defense. Walks away, tries to anti-air, not connecting, but the low forward going to catch Lizardman pressing with that counter hit. And Mylan takes him out.
Yeah, you could see Lizardman trying to bait out that reversal by doing the short dive kick. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to connect on the delay at all. But now has this early corner against Mylan, but you do have to be careful throwing any of your fireball cancel. Can EX command grab through or just super any of the fireball cancels, so you want to make sure that you're in appropriate distance. And Lizardman not even going for any fireball cancels as he gets put back into this neutral game situation, just catching the fireball though. Mylan looking like they're in a trouble situation.
There's that fireball cancel that you were just calling out. Mylan doing a pretty decent job of throwing out the claps at this mid-range. That one frame, the patented wake-up jab, and this is the party starter. This is what every Laura player wants. Wow, that was meaty, but not meaty enough to get the combo off of it. Mylan went for what looked like a counter hit or a very meaty confirm to go for the crouching strong after the Torch Spear target combo. Did not quite get it, and Lizardman stabilizes and closed out the round. Went for a whiff punish on the whip eagle spike, but we're not going to get it. Bringing out the anti-air once again is Lizardman.
The way he throws out these light punch mixers in neutral have been so interesting. Catching these buttons. Again, though, stays in the corner. The low into fireball. Dashing up, getting the low in the stun. Gonna build CA during the combo. It's not enough to kill. Okay, he's gonna leave it up and then try to find another conversion.
Oh, but party started for Mylan. This could definitely turn it around, but Lizardman just playing it patient right now, but called out with the EX connect, and now we're just swinging for the fences right now. Couldn't punish the overhead slap out of the air, and now Mylan still has the opportunity, but very good positioning for Lizardman, able to get the cross up and is able to take game number one.
Yeah, Mylan, it seemed like, had a harder time placing those anti-airs. Lizardman was jumping in these weird trajectories where in a couple of those spots, Laura doesn't do as great a job with the anti-air. Like, her standing strong anti-air is really good, right? But there were a couple of trajectories there where it was coming in really low, where it seemed very difficult for Mylan, and you just kind of had to hold that after the fact. Off to a much stronger start once again here is Lizardman already pushing Mylan back into the corner. You do not get to take this forward space. I am sorry, has to go to the air-to-air, but I've got the new and deproved EX mixer.
Deproved. But very good check on the wake up is going to be able to get a lot of opportunity here, but Lizardman with the corner mix up, you know, has that wall jump and can be so deadly. Didn't use the EX, didn't have EX to go through the fireball, and that's going to be so rough for Mylan, eating so much damage there. And Lizardman now on match point and loser semis.
This is actually we're counting this as
We do top four first to three. Oh
no. We're counting this as losers finals because we got Joe in the Rogan. He actually decided to DQ himself, so he's not going to be playing the rest of the tournament.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, I see. If I move where I put my camera preview, it says losers finals and not losers semis. My apologies. So this is going to be first to three, but and Mylan's trying to use that to get a game here. But Lizardman right now with this corner pressure again.
Ooh, the lows.
Low checks.
Got a tip. What a tech. Raw activation, eagle spike through, trying to find something. Big Hopter gets the reversal though, jumps over, dive kick, no whip punish on the landing frames. Lizardman has a chance.
had the counter hit conversion, but went for the reset, and Mylan has just been there time and time again with these reversal jabs, just calling out Lizardman, trying to overextend on this offensive sequences.
Down, get the tick throw, does his Lizardman, using the V skill, kicks. Oh my goodness, that blew up the startup of something. Now the toss, takes the plus frames on the roll.
You were talking about the utilization of those mixers, and one thing that Lizardman is doing really well, besides presumably closing out this next round and going up 2 games apiece, which is not 2 games apiece, I'm sorry, 2 games to none, which is exactly what Lizardman's going to do. You called out the utilization of those mixers, and I think one thing Lizardman is doing really well is every time Lizardman seeds space, like with a back jump because they're in a bad spot or something like that, Mylan goes to try to take that space and start to push back into mid-screen, and Lizardman is there actively controlling that with the mixer, thoroughly convinced that it will be the right call. Nothing has dissuaded Lizardman from actively controlling the space in front of them.
Yep. You're absolutely right. And look at that. He did it again. And he's whiffing these dive kicks, and he's not getting punished for it. So he can just kind of keep pulling in, getting closer. But a nice little jump out crouch. Wait, all finals is first to 3, says Space Boy? Es correct.
No, Ume Rogan had to DQ himself. So for all intents and purposes,
this is
losers finals.
Yes, we're treating this as losers finals as we go through here, and Lizardman trying to get something started here towards the end of this round, but Mylan just being so evasive there, just not giving anything to Lizardman, is able to find the grip and dip to close out a round for themselves here. Let's see if Mylan can convert into a full game here and start making this comeback, start getting this momentum back on the board.
What I was going to say, earlier in that last game, Lizardman swung after blocking a meaty jab clap in the corner, which is a spot where, like, Laura is going to get plus frames, and that's one of those things is Mylan is finding a lot of these counter hits that hadn't been converting. One of the things I think they're doing really well in this round is leaving that space. Another EX mixer comes out. Mylan had thought that Lizardman was finally going to be conditioned, but nay. Has to spin the V reversal, doesn't want to deal with any of this stuff. V-Trigger wants to keep the space locked down, but that super meaty standing strong to control the space through the tornado
Was active so
had to
long
let
that
it linger.
Yeah.
Did he have to?
They did have to. Mylan went to get some cranberries juice.
I see you, Tom.
Yeah, it's wild because, like, I think he thought he had the game wrapped around his finger, but
Round 1.
No fear.
Fight.
That just makes him a fool for us.
Deep breaths, deep breaths.
I love how
Alright, but
long
right back in
that
here.
sigh was.
Just pretend it didn't happen. Just pretend it didn't happen.
I just love how Lizardman is throwing a lot more fireball pressure here instead of just the raw mixers, but the jump is finally getting called out over the thunderclap, but not for long. Lizardman just right back swinging, counter hit conversion as well, right into the corner, taking the full knockdown situation. Tried for the shim, thank you, man, but right back at you. The crouch fierce into the bolt tackle, just trying to
dash.
make sure that he's
light
doing some.
mixer, you deviant.
I still can't help but feel like Lizardman is so comfortable hitting so many buttons, finding that counter hit, but even back in game 1, there's been so many of these crouching strong counter hits that Mylan has not been ready to capitalize on. Another EX mixer comes out. Lizardman will not be conditioned, looking like the exception that proves the rule of Pavlov, who is rolling and salivating in his grave right now, and I'm sure they're not related.
Man has not done cardio in 25 years. He is not in any kind of form of conditioning. And now here comes the throw, gets the meaty elbow, does mine.
Ooh,
There we are.
yeah, big miss on the wake up 3 frame from Lizardman, and Mylan just with the kind of auto timed whiff punish, just waiting to see if anything was going to happen, and push the very plus button. Now Mylan opportunity tied up 2-2. Lizardman, of course, trying to fight this and break this habit here. Does not want to go down or go down another game here to get tied up another game here.
Right, the mental strain, I think, from losing that would be kind of scary. But nice jump over the twirly gig, but a stop from Mylan doesn't convert the combo. This time the dive kick does connect, blocks the mix, the crush counter. but not going to convert, but the V-skill hits, and Lizardman's doing okay.
Oh, all okay until that reversal stand jab counter hit, giving a conversion to Mylan. Given this opportunity here, going to find the activation here on this Thundercloud, and it's getting the party started here in the corner. Your Laura, baby, that fierce hit meaty, but V reversal right out, but you're not getting anything here. Blizzardman just getting called out over and over again, and the confirm into the critical art. Mylan's going to be able to tie it up 2-2. And if you're Lizardman here, you have to take the break. You have to make sure that you're slowing Mylan down here, slow the momentum.
Laura wins.
Take the deep breath. I would say even just go back to the lobby, slow it down, find your space. But of course, that's all on Lizardman. I think he's just going to ready right back up.
I think the difficulty with that is everything that we've seen represented
Brad
from
in his emo hoodie. We're both fighting for space. I'm gonna keep. Yeah, he's Brad in his emo hoodie, and he's not okay. Okay, Brad, it's your turn. I just want to make my joke.
It was a good joke. What I was gonna say is the difficulty is I feel like the problem with Lizardman right now is that Mylan has identified where Lizardman is trying to stretch the issue and has correctly made the call to allow enough space and punish for it. So I think Lizardman needs to tighten up, but Lizardman clearly disagrees, and Mylan seems to have not continued to make those adjustments, trying to chase down behind this EX clap, has to back off after the tornado. Oh, what a counter hit standing strong.
Lizardman's adjustment has not been to slow down at all. It's only been to go crazy.
Go quicker, yeah.
That was a crouching fierce after trigger activation, and I am not totally sure what it caught, because once again, not a counter hit.
Did he just march at him? He legit tried to walk forward throw.
I mean, he was marching in.
They were a young boy. Their father took him to the city to see a marching band.
Oh my goodness. No perfect here for Mylan.
Punished though, and
Lizardman.
Is that the second reverse OCV we've seen tonight? Space Boy over, I think, Uma Rogan, and then Mai over... Oh, over Lizard?
Over Lizardman, yeah.
You are correct, sir.
Yeah, it was just really unfortunate at the end. Lizardman trying to catch the jump out was just super late on the heavy mixer, allowing Mylan to get the punish. And now we're going to be moving up into grand finals. Mylan on the loser side. We have Space Boy on the winner side. Mylan, of course, only lost to Joe Umarogan. Hasn't actually fought Space Boy in this tournament tonight. So we'll see how this is going to shake up. If we're going to see a Luke out of Space Boy, if we're going to see the Sakura, or if we're going to see... And then on the other side, if Mylan's gonna go with the poison or the Laura, and then like that opens up even more space because of course Space Boy has Akira and Seth and like 20 other characters.
I think it's gonna be Luke the whole way with the money on the line. I think Space Boy goes Luke the whole way.
You think so? I think we'll see. We'll probably see Luke in this first set. I think if this first set doesn't go Space Boy's way, I think there is the possibility that the Sakura could come out, especially like you said, with the money on the line. Like as powerful as Luke is, Sakura has been Space Boy's character. Sakura will have been the character that Space Boy would have played these matchups with the most. I think that's something of a comfort pick, and we already saw Space Boy bring out the Sakura at one point already this evening. And this just continues to be something that's been so fascinating about this point in Street Fighter V's lifespan, where so many players have multiple characters at a tournament level. We are going to see the Luke represented off rip, the poison once again from Mylan.
I do have a question for Nogaremi, but I'll ask after this match. Dashing up, okay, a little bit of pressure, and now we got the Sand Blaster. Both players kind of respectful. I like this wet pressure from Mylan. That's the thing, like Space Boy, not going to be able to play back as much with the zoning, right? He has to find his way in, but that forward moving normal with the confirm is going to do it. And now he has Mylan in the corner and has the DP for the anti-air. He's kind of starting the party early.
Yeah, one of the curious things is that Mylan actually has to be super careful with the crouch heavy punch spacing that he chooses to go with, because Space Boy can definitely start pressing the stand medium or the stand heavy to get a little bit closer after those buttons. and can even get a punish on those as well, but going to get the EX Fireball into the activation here, and that's going to close the gap and give Space Boy this extra damage, whiffing the jab, missing the meaty, but getting the throw anyway, as Space Boy has this advantage, and Mylan's looking to find a way to confirm into this V-trigger, possibly into the critical art, in order to take this round.
Oh, wow, that low forward hit really deep. We didn't see anything coming out of it.
He did the
Reversal
tech!
actually
No,
gets
so
around
smart!
the V-trigger. Oh
So
my god, what a call out!
And there's so much active frames, he had time to jump and punish. My Lin might be a genius.
Yo, that was labbed. Mylan read all the Twitter discourse about how Luke is the end game, why play any character than Luke, and it was like, all right, let's figure out what we can actually do about this character. Did the homework. In this video essay, I will show you.
How to beat Luke. Beating Luke 101. Just viewers will get a big jump in for 40% of their life.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. You just have to hit him until his life's at 0.
Well, when you make it,
Step
when
one,
you say it like
plug
that,
in
it
your
sounds,
arcade
sounds so easy.
Yo, Sweeney easy gets a
big
crush
jump
counter
on
with
the
a full
crush.
jump in combo. Taskmaster.
Oh, you didn't
tried
stand up to
check,
block
gets
your dome.
flipped.
One
Next
more
hit
for
is
the
stun.
stun. Yeah. And you have to be careful here not to
actually-
take too much damage on either side. The critical art confirmed from
Chip.
either side will be able to kill.
Yeah, Mylan with a very slight life lead here. Oh, you're
He didn't
done?
spend it.
No, didn't Oh no!
Oh, and right through!
He left the
He did it against Joe Morogan, and now he's doing it against Mylan.
So that's something that I love about Space Boy. He's acknowledged that some of these big pressure strings, like the stand medium kick, cancel, things like that, leave that gap in between. And he's like, you know what? You want the +1. You want the heart rate. I know what you're gonna do. Let me take advantage of the situation. Nice with punish.
Oh my goodness, just catching Mylan, pressing there. This is going to be plenty of damage to be able to kill.
Damn.
7. Golden letters. That was bus ass.
Gosh.
Well, that's a strong start here in Grand Finals there for Space Boy. Mylan, in that first game, I mean, we talked about, we sort of trivialized that matchup a little bit just with how wild that call was with the V reversal. But that's like a very niche moment for Mylan to have been able to bring out. I think the fact of the matter is, Nugger, I mean, you called out really early the difficulty here of Mylan really not being able to use that crouching pierce the way that Poison has historically been able to, both because of the nerfs, but also uniquely as a result of the nerfs. If you're in range to punish her, that's huge. And Luke moving forward means, as I've said a couple of times, Luke is going to be able to punish you not from the range that he's standing, but from the range he's going to move into. The reversal through the plus frames on the EX heart rate, we don't want to deal with none of that.
Yeah, Mylan had a
Damn,
long road to
whiff
climb.
punish.
Not able to climb the Great Mountain. That was Space Boy with the low forward into the uppercut at max range. Going to be looking to go up 2-0 here, but Mylan trying to find a way to get into Space Boy's brain here, start making him have worse and worse decisions. So you can see a little bit different approach on this neutral, walking forward a lot more as Mylan.
Nice little
Good
jab.
punish,
there
minus
on
4 in the
Gets
roundhouse.
the
Got those
throw
shim sham.
check.
Thank you, ma'am. It's now just
my
gripping
goodness,
and
you gotta
dipping
make
one
it
time
hold.
in the corner. Dash forward, do it again. No, the crouch fierce caught the delay. Man, the big call out from Space Boy there, and he'll have enough to be able to kill, but no, missed the combo.
Shin.
Can Mylan do it?
From the Tarzan. Oh,
One side, nice block.
Specifically wanted the reset there. That was not going to be a
That was
spot where you're
hard.
going to be able to close out. All of this gray life makes for something really difficult.
Dead.
And Space Boy,
There's Chip
yeah,
right
I was about
here.
to say, Space Boy just needed anything for Chip. And one thing I wanted to call out, Space Boy, historically, one of Space Boy's best strengths as a player was their hit confirm ability and how great a job they did of buffering behind what would have previously been like Sakura standing short, standing forward. And with Luke and the strength of Luke's ground game, I feel like we've honed in on what was already a great tool that Spaceboy had as a player, and now there's a character that makes that threat even more of a problem at these different ranges, and you end up with this really problematic and powerful combo to have to contend with.
No, I agree there. And, you know, speaking of problematic, some good whiff punishes, but Mylan is fighting back. A couple low forwards here and there, trying to poke away, and Spaceboy just walking in and out of optimal ranges. Yo, he whiffed it, but then he only gets hit once, and now he's in. Has the corner, gets the dash DP follow-up. Gotta hold this, because this is Spaceboy trying to take grand finals. He's one game away.
You're gonna get the full easy confirm here. Just activate the V trigger to give you that even more plus range. But I think even just pressing in the rest of the way would have been enough. But Spaceboy on match point to take it in grand finals. Winner's side not even gonna lose a game here potentially, as he gets a good whip punish into the plus range, but not plus enough. Mylan gonna call him out there with the jabs and get some little space for himself back here.
Once again, look at the way that Spaceboy is able to generate this threat at a different spot that Mylan can't really contend with. He can deal with this in the corner. Next
Let him
hit will be
breathe.
stun. Look at the space there. So much space in between each of these buttons trying to generate the threat of the throw game, and so quick to recognize that Mylan was completely comfortable with the down back to bring out the overhead. To close it out, the Centennial Champion winning the 100th Digital Havoc, the $100 prize pot bonus put into the